Come down to Ballasalla to talk to Eddie Powers, who runs this website that tells us all about what the MHKs and MLCs are doing on the Isle of Man. Are you popular with them, by the way, for this site?
I am actually. I think it's because anything that I wish to add that might be a little bit controversial, I've always asked them or discussed with them. I have a very good working relationship with Tynwald office and with the members of Tynwald. I've never had a complaint, and in fact, they stop and talk to me now. Yeah.
We're talking to you now, even though you've been running for some time, but you've had some sort of upgrade, change, what?
Yes, I've had to change the domain name and everything else. I had a performance with Microsoft. They ran what they used to call the small business office, which used to run which was a hosting for websites. They decided to upgrade and close all those websites. And I went through, I think, about 3 months of trying to prove to them that I owned the original name, MHKs, theyworkforyou.org. And in the end, I just thought, no, and I'll go with somebody else. And I've gone with a company now, which you can pick up a telephone and ring them, as I did the other day, and it's wonderful.
So the domain name's changed?
Domain name has changed. The only things that people would notice is no longer .org, it's now .com. So it's MHKs, theyworkforyou.com.
Okay. What's the point of this?
You're not the first one to ask that question. It's to make available, funnily enough, I was comparing the other day with myself, Tynwald and government, and I sort of tend to sit a little bit in the middle. Obviously, Tynwald specialise in the members and the procedures and obviously Hansard. Mine also drifts into government, which Tynwald try not to get involved with. The Facebook page, MHKs They Work For You, which is very successful. I will try, for example, you have Mr. Bell today going to Jersey. Now that I can put on there, whereas that really is not a Tynwald matter, therefore Tynwald won't cover it. So I'm almost sort of sandwiched between the two.
But I tell you what, I didn't know he's gone to Jersey, and I hadn't heard it on any of the local media. So you're finding information out elsewhere then, are you?
Well, I do. I get, like a lot of people, I use the alert system on the computer. Facebook is wonderful. It's amazing what people put on from Facebook, onto Facebook. But you use the alerts, and I got it from Jersey Post this morning.
So every MHK, every MLC has their own sort of page, and their performance, therefore, I suppose, is monitored.
It is. Their performance within Parliament, Tynwald, that is, the Keys and Legco, obviously. It's a little. I had a long discussion with one MHK who said that the difficulty is where you have a lot of questions, where a certain member puts a lot of questions, it looks like they're doing a lot of work. It's a bit like MHKs, I suppose, to me, are a bit like swans. You know, they look very nice on top, but they're paddling like mad underneath, and people never see that. But it's very difficult to get that over. You know, it is just, the information's there. It's there to complement, as the conversation I had with Mr. Speaker when I started this, the idea is to complement the Tynwald website and maybe make it a little bit easier for people to find things.
So transparency is there that maybe it wouldn't be without you doing this. And why are you doing this?
Why am I doing it? Well, as you know, it goes back to the reciprocal health agreement. I found it very difficult to find things. Tynwald website is 100% better than as it was. But it was still difficult to find things, and I found that as I was going into it, I was thinking, well, you need somewhere to put this. You know, if you're finding out this information, you've got links to certain pages and whatever, and I thought, well, I could set up a website and to do this. It is because 99% of it, I don't rewrite stuff. I don't edit anything. You just put the link on for example, a select committee, and the report from a select committee, and somebody clicks on that, and that takes it to the Tynwald site. I just feel in some ways it makes life a bit easier.
You yourself, though, have become slightly politicised in a loose term, in the sense you're now a commissioner. Yeah. Have you got designs on being an MHK yourself?
No, not at all. As the conversation I've had with many, I wouldn't do it, and I wouldn't do it for the money either, which might surprise a few. But I certainly, when you consider, as you know, I have friends who were in Westminster. It's a totally different world in Westminster. You have an MP there that doesn't see his constituency from 1 week to another here, you can look in the phone book and you can ring them up, and you can talk. You know, you can talk to them, and that's sort of that is. And I know of situations here where MHKs have been called out at 7 o'clock at night to deal with things. In England, they sort of say, "Well, speak to my secretary." But they're very good that way, and it's 365 days a year, that job, and no thank you.